storyteller is Orlando Bishop. Orlando is a father, a husband, a writer, a storyteller, and a coach who is thinking about the upcoming season and seasons past. Orlando Bishop.
Kids are definitely assholes. Every year, as the summer ends, the hot, sticky days of late August bring on a strong nostalgia. A tingle in my quads, in my shoulders, in my heart. Every year, I wish I were back in two-a-days. It's a masochistic wish when examined rationally. After all, who would sign up to have their face and shoulders scorched by the sun, their legs ablaze with the itch of the grass? Who would wish to gasp desperately for breath only to have their heaving lungs filled with a 100-degree blast of gas that somehow contains zero oxygen? Who would wish for blood-engorged thighs churning to keep the sled moving? Who would? Yeah, I would. And I do every year. I love playing football. I love being on a football team. I love going through that hell together. I love the guys. Every year on the Friday of Labor Day weekend, I pile into my SUV with a buddy or two and we head out to Palm Springs, perhaps the hottest place on planet Earth, with glee. Every year we find a place big enough to sleep 12 guys. Every year for almost 20 years now. We convene at 10 a.m. on the Saturday before Labor Day, the Saturday before the NFL season kicks off, and we have our fantasy football draft. I love fantasy football. I love my color-coded draft board, my spreadsheet-supported roadmap for 5 to 7 hours of bidding and ribbing with 11 idiots who are sure they will kick my ass this year as I am sure I will kick theirs. I love the jokes. I love the guys. I love hearing what's going on with their kids. I love hearing what's going on in their lives. When my wife Daphne and I found out that we were having twins, I told my parents, my sister Thalia, and then the league. I delivered the news in a written verse based on Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock's It Takes Two. They got it. Because they got me. I'm not alone. As a group, we've stood witness at weddings, we've stood strong through divorces, we've mourned parents lost, and we've celebrated jobs landed. When one owner lost his wife to cancer, we had a league conference call to decide our response. We sent him a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue and a copy of Fantasy Football for Dummies. The message was clear. We've got your back. This sucks. Also, you suck. And fantasy football, and we still plan to kick your ass. He got it, because he got us. This year, though, August wasn't about nostalgia. This year, the approaching season was defined by one name, Colin Kaepernick. I argued online about whether he's being blackballed. He is. Whether the Geno Smiths of the world should be signed before him. They shouldn't. And what was an appropriate response to what I saw as an unjust backlash to his protest of injustice. I decided, hashtag not one dime. Every year, I get the Sunday ticket. This year, I would not. Every year, I buy myself and my family NFL gear. This year, I would not. But a funny thing happened on my way to my self-satisfied protest. Hashtag boycott NFL. Wait, what? So, we're gonna watch no games? Turning off the NFL may not seem like much to some, but I'm a man whose daughter is reassured annually of his love when he skips a single Sunday afternoon of games for her dance recital. I'm a man who can recount plays decades past as if he's doing play-by-play. I'm a man who rewinds repeatedly to figure out how exactly Aaron Rodgers managed to look off that safety so that I can tell my young QB who idolizes him all about it. Football is what binds me to the little guys I coach and the big guys I love. The insufferable jerks who were there for me when my professional life was swirling the ball and dragging my personal life behind it. No football? Damn! What could be blacker than suffering to make right that which racists have made wrong? But I had to decide. Was I out? This year I piled into my SUV with my friends. We drove out to Palm Springs, dug into Costco rations, and drank way too much beer. And I drafted my team. My goal? Draft a team you can manage without watching a single down of football. Our team set, our jokes told, our annual reunion over. I sat at home and texted my buddy Terry. I texted him my plan. "You're going through with it?" he marveled. My response: I can keep my brothers and tell the NFL to fuck right the fuck off in 2017. I wondered if it was possible, but it is. I see self-proclaimed patriots attacking my brother, Colin Kaepernick, and no, they don't get it. Because they don't get us. They don't get what it is to be us in 2017. I'm feeling something different this year. Maybe that tingle in my heart is the pain I feel for unarmed black people across America, murdered with impunity by those hired to protect and serve them. Maybe that tingle in my shoulders is the burden I share with Colin Kaepernick and millions of other black people who have to deal with all the challenges of life everyone else must endure, while also fearing that our black and brown children, nephews, nieces, and friends were marked for sanctioned death the moment they were born. Maybe that tingle in my legs is a reminder that no matter how much I love football, I have the power to walk away. And so I will. #BlackoutNFL.